And now joining us on our today's program, we have Professor M.K. Agarwal, Head of the Department of Economics with the Lucknow University, to discuss this crisis further with us. Professor Agarwal, welcome to our show, Dateline at 5 p.m. With no reliable energy supplies and soaring inflation, the coming winter is not going to be easy. It's going to be a lot more harsh for Europe particularly, and more than what they have faced in many decades, and leaders are still in fact struggling to wake up to the enormous challenge. Your first thoughts on that?
Well, Samriddhi, you have pointed out very aptly, and I find that Europe is in a deep crisis, and the crisis is precipitated by the type of conflict it is there in Europe, and it may be considered, as many people discuss now, it is a mini world war, particularly if you are looking at the economic dimensions. And energy is one area that we have been discussing, and people are worried about their winters, particularly in European countries. And when their dependence on Russia is very high, so this leads to definitely a type of apprehension among the people, and already people are protesting in different countries around Europe. So this is the challenging task. What is the reason other than this energy prices? Entire, as you rightly mentioned, that entire world is now suffering from blockade or disruption in terms of supply chains. And the China is already suffering from its own misdeeds and mishandling of the economy and polity. And same is happening in Europe, and definitely USA cannot be pardoned for that. So all they are contributing for economic instability, not only in Europe, and this is the great source of distress to upcoming economies, whether it is in Africa, whether it is in Asia or elsewhere, Latin American countries. So this is a source of discomfort everywhere around, and particularly uncertainty is mounting, because this type of inflation is not caused by, in true sense, economic parameters. These are caused by tensions and geopolitical tensions particularly, and definitely developed countries have outsourced many of the things. They are not self-dependent, just like in India that we are self-dependent for all the basic things, but for energy largely. And you will find very soon that the report is coming that they are suffering from the paucity of basic commodities, particularly the food and other type of situation. I believe the type of economic condition it is around the world, recession is being talked about. Only the severity is, debated in every successive quarter or every successive month. So recession mounted by supply chain disruptions, mounted by further, geopolitical tensions, and then it is a lopsided development of the developed countries, because they found that they can have a better type of things. Rest it should be given, because low value addition things should be given to the developing countries, whether Africa or Asia. India was smart here that it could sense it, and that's why everyone is lauding. And when we are going to have G20 meeting very soon in India, that time India would be world leader in terms of economic growth and containment of inflation despite high rise in the energy cost.